Hello and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon in October, Halloween, to new moon next in November. I'm your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions. Venus in Libra sign, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mel. Hey, hi my subscribers, hi my Libras, hi Mari, because chances are you're watching my Libra sister out there. Really my honor, my pleasure to be reading these, and I'm getting these done right before Halloween. Samhain, the actual cross-quarter Sabbath, is on the 7th of November, so happy Halloween and get ready for Samhain. A week later, that being said, if you are new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, just even liking, right? Even if you don't like it anyway. Trying my into the algorithm. They changed it again, apparently. You know, I hear all this stuff third, fourth hand. So every little bit helps. Though I am not quite at 2,000 subscribers, I'm shooting for 30 so that I can have the membership thing, because I'm putting my extended reads on Vimeo, which are great, but they're pay-per-view. Here I would be able to have them as member content, and you have access to all of the extended readings, not to mention what we can do on member chat, right? You know, like a super chat, but just like the people in the room. You won't have people jumping in saying weird shit and take, you know what I mean? So it's I'm feeling it. I'm doing the bull dance, feeling the flow. I just got a text message from a friend of mine pop up on my phone, which is weird doing this from my phone, but it's okay. I'll live. I thought I had Do Not Disturb on, but whatever. Shall we? We are doing a 7-card draw, 7 different decks, 1 card each. We've got 2 tarot decks, 3 healing systems, and 2 oracles. I'll call them out as I go. They're all in the description box below. All to get you the information from the divine pantheons with which I am contracted with, work with, what it is that you need to know about this full moon in Taurus. You already know it's Halloween, most likely at 10:44 a.m. So if you want to do your full moon magic, Friday night's your night, unless it's really void, of course. I haven't looked. To the new moon in Scorpio on the 15th, that's 2:07 a.m. So it's going to be dark until that moment, dark moon. So you might want to wait till the morning, just saying again, may go void, of course. Don't know, don't have it in front of me. But therefore we're looking at a waning moon. So these readings are about what do I need to deal with waning? What do I need to let go of, right? From full to new. What do I need to let go of? Release, heal, alchemize, you get the idea. The ebb of the tide, not the flow. So it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because I'm even seeing for myself in these readings, my own Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, haven't got to the moon yet, that, yeah, they are applying to different areas of my life, right? So of course your sun and your moon are going to get different aspects, maybe of the same thing, but maybe different things. I think that's enough exposition, don't you? Take a nice deep breath. Stay in the present moment. Let's see what I can get you. Us. And here we go. Oh, my collective pantheons. Oh, I love doing the Libra reads. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, Caroline Myss archetype deck. What is the dominant archetypal pattern, soul power we are developing in ourselves, dealing with somebody else in an external situation, story that we find ourselves in, all of those, some of that, for this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, October, November 2020. This is something interesting. Let's see. Oh, good. Okay. All archetypes are neutral. This is a survival family archetype, one of the child archetypes. Caroline Myss really breaks down the child archetype, which everybody has. Everybody's a child at some point, right? Survival family, how we learn, particularly through our sense of feeling safe and our ability to see things with new eyes, like new beginnings, to see things with a certain innocence. This is, like I said, a sub-archetype of the child archetype, the eternal child. Think Peter Pan. I know, not the greatest reference if you've ever dated one. The shadow attribute, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security, right? So there's so much to unpack there. Again, that's why forever young, you can talk about young forever, right? Look at the light though. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Tell me more about my fresh eyes, right? Yeah, no, I relate to the eternal child. Look at me, I'm 52. Witchcraft. And really good product. Thanks, Mom. The eternal child archetype, though, might not be you. Everybody has the child archetype. Maybe there's an interaction of two eternal children, right? But definitely something here, an ability to see things with fresh eyes. That's really key to this. One way or another, it's going to find you. It's going to get you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's do Daughters of the Moon Tarot here. What you need to be aware of inside of yourselves from the goddesses, right? The divine feminine, half of the universal energy about what's going on yin side of you rather than yang side. Let's get my port and starboard around here. Breathe. My particular goddess associated with Libra shares the throne of Libra, I should say, is Aphrodite, and she shares it with her son, TAURUS. My goddesses, please, I need one card in clarity for the Libra collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs from this full moon in Taurus, also ruled by Venus, to the new moon in Scorpio, October into November 2020, please. With this eternal child archetype, what do we need to be aware of inside of ourselves? No, I'll butterfly that again, absolutely. When they get a little sticky, it's always a good idea to do a riffle shuffle. What do we need to be aware of inside of us this full moon to new moon? Next, the eternal child dealing with the Three of Wands, loyalty. Well, Three of Flames, Three of Wands, you get the idea. That thing of loyalty, of priority, of keeping a candle lit, a certain sense of waiting. But really, it can be about getting clear on what it is that, not just what we truly want, but why, and our loyalty to it. Like if you're really, this is what popped into my head. If you're really wanting a true love experience of the divine and in the divine within another person in a romantic sense, you have to really look at, where is my loyalty to that, right? There are so many ways to enter this card, I guess true with every piece of tarot that exists. But what I'm feeling inside of this is like, this is also about hope and being loyal to a principle, P-R-I-N-C-I-P-L-E, right? A truth within yourself about somebody's innocence, right? About seeing this clearly. If things are not being seen clearly right now, then there might be a need to see them with fresh eyes, because situations do change over time. Let's look at that, actually. Come to think of it, what's going on in the outside, the yang. I'm going to talk to the gods here. Of course, any of my deities can chime in and help with these at any time. But my touch point, my connection here, Eros. Hi, this gorgeous thing. One card in clarity, please, for the Libra collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio. What's going on? What's going on here? In the external, we got the eternal child, and I get that. It feels really playful. It feels really like somebody who's really got that youthful spirit, that innocence to try something new and explore, the innocence for it, but like holding on to some loyalty on the inside, you know, that higher principle. What's going on the outside? Well, the Ten of Pentacles, it looks like someone may have hit the jackpot in terms of external manifestation. Now, I wouldn't say this is an opportunity for that, because that would be an Ace of Pentacles, right? Or a Page of Pentacles if it was coming in message form. You're holding out. You're holding out for the whole shebang. If you have not gotten the jackpot yet, then this is really about your own internal belief that this is possible. Now, certainly that could have manifested itself as a Seven of Cups in other ways. So I feel like this is something concrete. This isn't just about visualizing something. This is like, otherwise this would be more on the inside, right? This is about a real stable situation here. Now, by the way, this could be work. This does not have to be a romantic sexual thing, but there's something about the Ten of Pentacles, a harvest, and it is harvest season. I mean, Samhain, Halloween, November 7th, technically, astrologically, technically, that's the final harvest, right? And everything comes in before Samhain, and you don't touch anything after that. Just how I was trained. And that from Mabon to Samhain, autumnal equinox to Halloween, essentially is the dying. Things are dying, right? Nature. And from Samhain to Yule is the dead. You let things lay fallow. So this is still well within that period of a Mabon-tide. Not that you can't harvest year-round in certain ways. I'm going to keep going with this. I want more information because this is, it almost feels like loyalty to something that is so close to coming into manifestation, but you need to keep that loyalty and that integrity balanced within yourself, a solid foundation of fire, a tripod of fire, so that this child, whether it's you or not, can feel the safety that it needs, right? Because the second part, extreme dependency on others for physical security. So how much of the security, right, do you have to love that inner child to help it feel secure? That no matter what happens, honey, I'm here. They can come and go. We can gain and lose. I'm here. I love you, right? Just pulling that angle on this. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm in. I'm in. Ante up. Let's ask the Chuck's Pisano Love Pack. There's 3 suits. The problem, half the deck is the problem, but that's good to know what the problem is for a waning moon, right? We're looking at alchemy here. How do we shift the lead to gold, the problem into a healing or whatever? The suit of luck, the suit of grace, the suit of healing, the other half. Let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say. They'll also be laying down that last card, the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, along with Carolyn May's deck are the 3 healing systems. Breathe. Damn right, you got my attention. Hello, my Ascended Masters, please. 1 card in clarity then for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please, from this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio. What do we need to be aware of? What is a piece of luck we may not see that we need to see? What is the problem that we need to deal with in or outside of ourselves? Maybe both. What is the piece of grace that we need to realize and allow in? Or what is the piece of healing we need to embrace and implement for our well-being this full moon to new moon next? We got the eternal child, we've got loyalty on the inner, we've got 10 of Pentacles on the outer. The Ascended Masters say there is a villain afoot. We've got Peter Pan and Captain Hook. Okay, the villain is a problem because every hero at some point had to be a villain. No one's born purely virtuous without a shadow side, but the villain is really when the shadow, the repressed pain that we are in, takes over. And it happens to the best of us. It's part of the journey. It's afterwards and you say, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why that, or maybe you know exactly why you did it, but what pushed you over that edge to release, in order to move that into action. So if there is something villainous going on here, do remember that we all go through phases of that. And I don't even want to say it's phases. It's just, it's alchemy. So when this eternal child is either dealing with that villainy within themselves, we are all faced with choices nowadays. Here's a Libra thing. How do you balance the scales, right? Of, am I a hero or am I a villain? Now, you're already a hero in the sense of the hero's journey, the soul's journey. You just are. But there are times where we play the villain, and sometimes we play the villain no matter what people think. Right? It's happened to me so many times, and you know, I gotta say, as a witch, we're scapegoats. We just have been, and they've called people witches who were never witches and scapegoated them, right? So it's not even personal, but it is part of the witch's archetype. You get blamed sometimes for things you did not do, had nothing to do with, right? My cattle died. You winked at me the wrong way, right? Burn the witch. This is not that. This is a psychological interplay going on, an archetype that keep an eye on your loyalty to your values. This may not be a specific outcome necessarily that you want, but it may be about a specific energy that's going on here, particularly if you are dealing with a Peter Pan who won't grow up. Going through those roles, that rebellion. Be very, very careful of the child within you then, if that is the case. If you are dealing with just saying Peter Pan syndrome is such a soundbite. There's so much more to that, but this is the archetype that has within its shadow that Peter Pan syndrome, refusing to grow up. That's very different than being the eternal child in that sense of that timeless innocence and willingness to see things through the eyes of a child, in a sense. That innocence. Yeah. Interesting. That villain card, of course, really throws something in there with that 10 of Pentacles. Let's see what else I can get you. We are now going to do our 2 oracle cards. These should be helpful. Breathe. Yeah, seriously, please, my angels and archangels, my angels of air, oh, my angels, I feel you, my Raphaelites, I need that golden light. Please, what's going on here? Who is the angel we need to call upon this full moon in Taurus, the new moon next in Scorpio, October 2020, November 2020, please. That villain, I can feel it, and it's amorphous. Please, what is the angel? Who is the angel we need to call upon from the Healing with the Angels Oracle to help us with this? A new love. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Sorry, no product placement there. I haven't had them in decades. Wow, okay, this just took a romantic turn. Oh, look, I'm crossing my solar plexus. Think this might be about me? Nah, not at all. Look, the angel of new love. What does the angel of new love do? It prepares you for new love. It brings the two of you together. Now, of course, this could be a new love for cooking. This could be a new love for, I don't know, I would say Greek myth, because that's a perennial favorite of mine, an ongoing favorite of mine. But no, not with a villain, not with a damsel being tied to the tracks. This might be somebody that in your estimation has acted villainous, or you acted villainously towards them. And yet there is something here to be harvested, but can you guys meet each other? I can't believe this is a relationship read suddenly, but I can. Can you see each other with fresh eyes? You're not the same people you used to be. And that means that then that 3 of flames there is probably something like a deeper loyalty to wait and see. Watch the movie, my God. Say, just will you watch the movie already? I mean, live your life. Watch what happens, you know. Andy Cohen or otherwise. Please breathe. Oh, yeah, the higher selves have all involved. This took a turn I was not expecting because, you know, a new love with a villain sounds very Holly and Mr. J. Mr. J. Oh, my God. Casually Comics on YouTube. Watch her. She's amazing. This is my new favorite comic channel. She's wonderful. Sasha. She's great. I like her. Sorry. Distractible with that villain staring at me with, well, what are they? Eros. Roman Cupid. Except you don't look like that. Breathe. Yes, the higher selves have all involved. Obviously, my own included. Please, one card in clarity. Whispers of love. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight? The Virgo collective, sorry, the Libra collective sun, moon, rising. Venus signs need this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio. October 2020 are timeless, considering we've got the eternal child with the Three of Wands, loyalty on the inner, Ten of Pentacles on the outer. I mean, that can also mean it's like you got your shit together. You've got even your people with you on this, but there is a villain in the midst here, or that's the perception. That's the problem. Seeing someone as a villain, because there is this spark of new love here. Is there a villain coming in to try and spoil this new love? That's what's called a specific read. So turn on your heart light. Let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. Ouch. Oh my good God, Goddess, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, Zanjana, Fred, Barney, Wilma, and Betty. This might be somebody coming back into your life during a waning moon, where there is some kind of loyalty going on here, and you are most likely going to remember a time when you experienced love with this person. It feels like a reignition. Oh, isn't Mercury direct yet? I mean, the dread you're seeing here is purely my own, I'm sure. But with that card of a villain, you might be cast as a villain, they might be cast as a villain, but if we're talking the eternal child, this is about that eternal innocence within you, and we all fuck up. We all make mistakes, because that's how the journey is written. It's not a hero's journey without villains, even when we find ourselves to be villainous or through someone else's lens be seen. So it's hard, though. I tell you, it's happened to me. That's why I have good wording spells and brilliant lawyers. Yes, witch work. That's why when I say I'm a professional witch, it's like, honey, my paperwork is in order. Breathe. As is my alignment with the divine, apparently. My ascended masters, please. It's a fun read, though. Gotta say, that nothing like all of a sudden the Joker's on the table. And he is wearing a green and purple. Please, my ascended masters. What is the perfect healing mantra? Matcon healing mantra deck for the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the perfect mantra for us for this full moon in Taurus, the new moon next in Scorpio, October into November 2020, considering we're dealing with the eternal child here and a sense of loyalty, and if that's the eternal child within us, it can lose its way but have its loyalty to see things in the fresh eyes, right? You know, determination to remain young in spirit, in innocence, with that 10 of Pentacles. No idea, that's going to play itself out so differently, unless that's the loyalty that they are waiting for the whole shebang. They're waiting for the real thing, fully manifested into physical form, however that manifests in their lives. But with a villain in the mix here, that really is a problem, right? The fly in the loyalty ointment here, but with that Angelo new love, turned the party. And turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. Please, the perfect mantra for us this full moon to new moon next, my beloved ascended masters. Wiring the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. I have a feeling about this one I would. Rewiring the subconscious. How much of our emotional responses are about what's actually going on in the moment, or are we being triggered? Yeah, as you could say, if you're an empath, you're feeling other people's stuff. They're being triggered too. So it's a little hard to just suss out all the time if you're an energy sensitive, whatever you want to call it, divine feminine. But there is real truth and healing in this. Yeah, you might have some really bad feelings about whoever this villainous situation or person is that's maybe a threat to your eternal child, right? Inability to grow up and be responsible, or extreme dependency on others for physical security. So it's almost like this could be a real trigger for you. So considering a good chunk of it is subconscious, right? That's hence rewiring the subconscious. It's probably not all about what's going on the outside, right? Nothing wrong with you wanting that 10 of Pentacles here. But that emotional piece of it, turn on your heart light. This can't be gone through purely intellectually. I'm sorry, my Libras, my air signs, cardinal air, but I don't think there's purely a thinking way out of this. Rewriting the subconscious, the more, and I love the play on words here, the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. So it's really the two polarities balanced. When the subconscious is rewritten, you are able to feel good on a regular basis, regardless of the way life unfolds, right? Isn't that balance? There really is. It's like you've got your under your feet. In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. So now let's take that apart for a second. Let's unpack that briefly. So a lot of what's in the subconscious is conditioning, stuff we picked up since birth, not to mention the ancestral stuff that's been passed down from generation to generation since Eve, right? Eve, my understudy. Of course I knew. So to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness, what feels good, not just goodness, what someone says, this is good, this is bad, but that real feeling of, oh, this feels so good, right? As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality, but that doesn't mean it's gone forever and ever more, right? There's always going to be the next step in the journey, hero's journey. This mantra is ideal for relieving guilt, releasing shame, and finding joy in new beginnings. There was some shit that went down between, this is what I'm getting. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but shit went down. Shit went down with this villain. Someone acted villainously. If this is the situation in my life, I called him a villain. I was like, I can't be with a villain. I need a hero. I'm holding on for a hero till the morning. I'm galloping light, and he's gotta be tall, and he's gotta be high. Let's just move on with this reading. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I hope some of you just peed laughing. I would if I could, but you know, I'm Leo rising. I'm not gonna do that on camera. Move on from that joke that just went through my head. Oh, clairvoyance for fun and profit. So let me put it all together, shall I? We're dealing with an eternal child archetype in the shadow, inability to grow up and be responsible, mood, extreme dependency on others for physical security. I'm like 6'1", I can handle myself. Bless a witch of the walk. Light attribute, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. No idea what you're talking about. Ability to see things with fresh eyes, right? That on the inner, there is a loyalty. That child is loyal to some higher principle, obviously some higher principle, and is really waiting, loyal for that external manifestation of the whole package, right? Not just breadcrumbing, like the full-on deal, but he's dealing, you're dealing, we're dealing with some kind of villainy. Now look, they might see you as the villain in this situation as well. It could be that sort of mirror of judgment, right? Happens more than we realize. Oh, please, let's not talk about 2020. So call upon the angel of new love to turn on your heart light, because that's somebody's child, that villain. You know, that's the real thing. Couldn't happen any other way. This is how the script is written. The hero's journey has near infinite variations for all of us. But we don't get what we want, we get what we need for the evolution of the soul. I didn't write the rule, right? So we all play villain, and everybody plays the fool sometimes, right? So everybody plays the bad guy, right? Are you a rough guy? Like a really tough guy? Thank you, Billy. I love that song. My nickname is Mal, since I'm a teenager. Do the math. So what better than taking the time to rewrite your own subconscious while you've got this loyalty going on, right? From this full moon to new moon next, draw down the moon, draw down the full moon. It's light, it's healing, that Taurian energy, and really say, my dominant intention is the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. That's a really, 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 really wonderful mantra for all of this. So let me give you a blessing. May the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, October, November 2020, that the eternal child within them can confront and deal with villains internal and external with great loyalty to the harvest of what they are truly worthy of, with a new love that turns on their heart light while they rewrite their subconscious. The more they embrace feeling good, the less often they feel bad for their well-being, for the well-being of anyone involved in this situation, and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Oh, my Libras, I love you so much. I loved this reading. So if you liked it, even hit the like button, subscribe, follow along, help me on my goals, my Libs. I love you guys. Libras, it's been a while since I dated one, but they're never out of the question because they can be romantic AF, as the kids like to say. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of all of this, my darlings. Farewell, and blessed, blessed day.